Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. So today we're going to be talking about all the things that I really enjoy and have been using a lot lately. This stretches just in like journaling and planning, and then I could do a separate video on my favorite supplies for drawing, but I feel like that's like the same stuff all the time. So I thought this would be a more interesting video for you, I guess. First, I wanted to start with my planner. This is my planner. I am using the Bloom cover. It has the flowers on the spine. And then I have the midnight blue color as the inside. And then this was a like practice run, so I just used natural cork on the inside, just stuff I had left over. And this was the prototype for the spine, so and for the pin loop. So this is what I have been housing my my calendar in, and or my list book, and I really enjoy it. And I'm enjoying the pin loop and everything. The cork covers are super soft. They're very pliable. This one's a little different because of the spine. Here, I'll take this I'll take this out. But some people ask me how it is on the spine, if it's like harder to maneuver because it has two pieces of cork and then the felt. And yes, at first it is. So I kind of like, I do a lot of like massaging and kind of like going back and forth, but now it's perfectly fine. It does have a tendency to not lay flat at first, but if you fold it back, it will eventually kind of lay flat. Also, I'm using the Moleskine notebooks, these right here, and they just don't lie flat very well, so that also has something to do with it. You really have to kind of like work them to lie them flat, and at that point, they sometimes don't either. It's just something that is about this notebook. So fighting with both of those things as I'm using this is not my favorite thing, but it's not bad either. So all I do is I kind of like crease it back like that, and it eventually lays flat. I'll show you in here. It's relatively easy once I open it up. If it's been sitting for a long time, that might be like where I struggle, but all I do is I take my book and I literally just bend it to touch back here, and then I lay it down, and at that point, it's good enough for me. That is what I've been using for my calendar, my list, my planning, like all that kind of situation. I do use, like I said, the Moleskine notebooks. I was gifted by my lovely friend Robin. She gave me 2 of these Moleskine notebooks, and she has decorated the 2. This was a Christmas present from her to me, which I will cherish because I love her collage work. But yeah, that'll go in here the next time around. I also use this ballpoint pen. This one just kind of matches the Bloom cover. That is why I'm using it. But I have many of them. I have purchased them pretty much in every color. I thought I had a white one around here or a black one, but oh, here, I have one here. I have them in all the colors because I love them so much, but that is what I use for my planner. The Moleskine paper is not like the best, so that's why I use ballpoint instead of fountain pen, and really because of that, I've kind of gotten away from fountain pen. I do use these mild liners when I'm highlighting stuff in there. I highlight important dates. I highlight the day of the week when I'm starting like a new list. Again, the Moleskine paper in these is not the best, so they do bleed a little bit, but it's more like ghosting. If I like hold it down, it would probably bleed through the paper, but I don't hold it down. I kind of just try and do a light wash and move on. But I do use those in here as well. Moving on to my journal. I don't do any other kind of thing in my planner besides ballpoint and those mild liners. In my journal, I am still in this butterfly cover. I absolutely love these covers. I have a few. This is, I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but Mina, whatever that is right there. I love her covers. I have been purchasing her covers since I started buying the Hobonichi, which was like in 2016. So I really love these, and I will continue probably to be drawn to this line just because she is so nature oriented, and I really like her choice of fabrics. Within the Hobonichi, or within the Hobonichi cover, I should say, I use the blank notebook. The blank notebook is new to the line of 2019, I think, for the Hobonichi, and all it is it's tomo over paper, and it's blank. And it's awesome. It's what I've always wanted. I even like the thickness. It's a thinner version, so that way it doesn't bulk up too much for the hump discomfort that everyone complains about. I also use writing boards not only in my Hobonichi, but I also actually use it in my planner. I love these writing boards. This is actually a week's writing board, and I just cut it down to fit into the field notes or pocket size, and it fits perfect. And then I have a bunch of different writing boards for my A6, just because I have a few journals. Like I also have an A6 for both of my kids, so they each have one of these writing boards as well. But inside the pages, I am still writing with a ballpoint pen. Sometimes it's this one. It's in my Amazon storefront, and it has a pennied insert in it at the moment. I have tested, oh, it's a Bolograph actually, my bad. I have tested the pennied inserts, and I've tested them with their light fastness. I can't like tell you how well they do as far as archival goes, but most ballpoint pens have an oil based, so they will last for a bit of a long time. But I will tell you that I don't prefer this as much. And plus, these are pretty heavy, and when you're writing with ballpoint, like a random ballpoint, the heaviness helps with the flow, it just being more consistent. But I find that here, this Bolograph pen, and I have a Bolograph insert as well. This is a blue one. I like the medium nibs, but I do find that the weight of this pen is absolutely perfect. It has plastic, for the most part it's plastic, but all these pieces right here are metal, and so the weight of it is a little bit heavier than we'd say a Bic pen or like a pen that you would get from the bank, because they're all plastic. So I really enjoy this pen, and the we'll say the characteristics of the ink are exactly what I was looking for. Archival. I can do a separate video on this pen because I would say that it is like by far my favorite thing out of this whole thing. Well, I don't know, my journal I really like, but you get what I'm saying. It's my favorite supply. If I could just pick one supply, I would just walk away with this. And then inside the pages, I do use stencils. We'll start off with how I journal. I first lay down a stencil. I normally use this date stencil, or number stencil, I should say. I use it for the date. So I do the date really big, and then I will stencil in like the day and the month, or something along those lines with these two stencils. This is, I think, a knockoff version of the Travelers Company alphabet and number stencil. I'm not really sure because I was gifted these by someone in my husband's office, but I really like them, and I think all these stencils are listed in my Amazon storefront under journaling favorites. This Bolograph you can get on jet pens. This is listed in my Amazon favorites, journaling favorites. These mild liners, I use these to fill in the date if I want color. I really like the look of it. It kind of reminds me of watercolor, and it's just easier to do this than whip out like the watercolors. Oh, I outline the dates, like, you know, with this mechanical pencil. This is a Kaweco Special. It's a 0.5 mechanical pencil. It's nothing. It's just that I got this as a gift. It's nothing, like I don't use it for anything special. This could be an easy ballpoint or easy mechanical pencil, but since I have it, I use it. Has a little bit of eraser on there that I do actually use, and yeah, I got this as a gift from my parents, so this is why I continue to use it. I prefer to use the lead holders. However, obviously, since these are like narrow little spaces, the lead holders point has to be super sharp, and it's just kind of annoying to keep it sharp all the time, so this is the best thing. And then normally on the page I have some kind of sticker. I have been obsessed lately with, I just pulled out these. I was gifted these by Robin for Christmas, but I've been obsessed with washi stickers lately. They are so thin and they just fit so nicely in my journal, and you know, for me that doesn't like to bulk things up, this is perfect. I did want to mention watercolors, even though for the most part these don't go in my two notebooks very often. Like, it never goes in these, and I sometimes paint in here, but if I do draw in here, it's mainly just ballpoint pen sketches and I don't color it in. I do journal in blue ink, so that could be the reason why I choose not to fill them in with color, but I'm not really sure. But, I'm going to keep saying but, I do want to mention, this one doesn't have it on the other side, but this one does. Art tool kits. These are my favorite palettes. I don't really use anything else. This one is filled with Daniel Smith and my normal color palette choices. I can list a video down below that gives you like a rundown of what I like to put in my palettes, my go-to watercolors, I guess. And then this one is filled with Letter Sparrow paints. I did love them so much that I went ahead and purchased a few more to fill this up. I really enjoy her paints, so I designated this palette to the Letter Sparrow paints, and I am excited about that. So this is it. This is what I use on a daily basis if I'm not sketching in my sketchbook. Let me know what your favorite item is out of your whole collection. And also, do you want an in-depth video on this? Maybe a sketch-along type video, just talking about the pen as I go and how to do maybe some kind of botanical illustration? Let me know on that. And then also I want to know what you are doing for December. Are you doing December daily? Are you someone that has followed along with me with Create December the last couple years? I am debating on if I'm going to do it this year, and I would like your input. So leave me a comment down below. And if you are curious about anything that I talked about and you cannot find it in my Amazon storefront, then just let me know and I can try and help you out, help you find it. Yeah. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.